we were talking about, hopeful signs of recovery in China, although, we were still mentioning that within China, the travel restrictions there were still some fairly strict policies going on. But, it just brings us back to that same old thing, doesn't it, Stephen? Even though economically and financially in the markets, China's looking reasonably attractive, it's all being held hostage by this COVID situation still, isn't it?
I think, China has materially changed the practice in terms of, the zero COVID policy without really changing the headline zero COVID policy. As a matter of fact, even for the city of Shanghai, we have seen material sign of, growth recovery. That being said, I think, what's moving the market is actually the change of sentiment, change of, liquidity. 2 months ago, everyone was still thinking China is uninvestable. And now the fear is actually, missing out the China rally, China rebound. So compared
to... Okay. Sorry, Stephen, I get that. I mean, like I say, most of the analysts that we talk to are fundamentally bullish on the underlying China story. But, you're saying here that there's been a change in the COVID policy. Tell me what change you're seeing.
Let me give you one quick example. In the province of Jiangsu, which is one of the most affluent provinces in China, even by as late as the end of May, there are over 337 check-in points for COVID testing. And as of today, there's only 2. So that's, one example of which. And not to mention that you might be...
So you're suggesting that they've abandoned the zero COVID commitment?
That's the so-called Chinese wisdom, right? Changing the substance of the policy without changing the name of the policy. At the end of the day, we have seen, going forward, increasingly, it's almost impossible for any city to declare lockdown, to easily have a mass testing of COVID. Because number one, the central government is cutting off the fund. Number two, the National Health Commission is also basically said you cannot have the healthcare, medical funds for testing. And in the meantime, local fiscal revenue has declined significantly. So essentially, the reality has forced a change of implementation in terms of how China is fighting COVID. It's very clear they have shifted the priority. The number one priority is stimulating the economy, is to get the economy as going. So I think that's a fundamental change.